Hello, what's up?
Welcome back to the Gossip Gore podcast. Today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite franchises, Saw. Saw's been around since, what, 2004?
2004, yeah, like 20 years in the making, basically. 10
Yeah.
movies, 11 movies, something like that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so they've been around for a while. It's one of our favorites.
Yeah, definitely this creation by James Wan is like one of the most creative horror franchises, I think, in our opinion, right?
Oh, definitely. The capabilities are endless. It's like the perfect idea to have for movies that can go on and on and on.
Yeah, John Kramer is kind of like the ideal
Love him.
villain because he's kind of like a Robin Hood character.
Yeah, it's one of those twisted kind of like things where you don't know if you love him or you hate him or if he's convincing you that what he's actually doing is right.
You don't know whether to feel bad for the victims or to feel bad for John Kramer because he's
Exactly.
yeah.
So when you think of the Saw franchise in general, what trap do you think of? Like, what is the Saw franchise trap?
There's so many good ones.
I know.
It's hard. I think of the Bear Trap Girl. That's just the most
Same.
iconic one. First movie.
Same. That's when I think of the Saw franchise, Bear Trap. That's the one I think of.
Yeah, I mean it's on your shirt right
Yeah.
now.
It's just that one is just so effortlessly amazing. Like, first off, the color and the lighting that they use for the shots, like all the greens and the darks and the almost blue tones.
Yeah.
It's so just vibey.
Yeah,
and
it's something
aesthetically.
that they did in the first movie and then just kept consistent through the rest of all the movies.
And I feel like she had no idea what an icon she was going to be in the horror community when filming this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's so crazy to think she is like a icon now.
Let's watch this scene, the Bear Trap Girl scene.
Prominently ripped open. Think of it like a reverse bear trap. Here, I'll show you.
See how it's all green? You had to mention like kind of Matrixy vibe.
Yeah, I feel like The Matrix started this green filter sort of tint on everything that was used in the 90s.
There is only one.
Yeah, like bring it back. This is so cool.
It's in the stomach of your dead cellmate.
Yeah, and the static, it just reminds me of so many movies.
See, this is my favorite shot. How they run around the room
Yeah, it's freaky.
and how nobody can be in that room. No crew, no nobody.
Yeah, it's just the actor in the trap. And it really shows like how frantic you would be in those moments.
Yeah, I would never be able to do this. I mean, I struggle with opening the door with a key.
Yeah, can you imagine having to find it in someone's body and then take it and
On a
unlock
timer.
yourself on a timer and then you're going to get this thing off your face?
I don't know what it is when I'm under any sort of slight panic and it involves a hole and a key. I can't get it open. I don't know what it is.
It's a fight flight reaction. And what happens is that as your adrenaline goes up, your ability to do little intricate things goes down.
Goes completely down. I'm like, ugh.
Oh God, and then she realizes he's awake. That's so messed up.
Such an iconic shot too. I love that shot. Oh. And the flashing lights. Gosh, it's so sick. Come on.
Oh my God, right at the last second.
And her hands are all bloody. Oh,
Boom, goes off right as it hits the floor.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
Terrifying.
the trauma.
And she's such a good actress. Like she really makes you believe.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, such a good job. We went to the Lionsgate haunted house at Midsummer Scream,
Yes.
and they had a mini Saw section in the haunted house.
Yeah, they're like a couple of rooms inspired by Saw.
It was one of the most like aesthetically pleasing haunted like mazes I've gone into
That was definitely my favorite from the day.
from the
I
whole
think.
Midsummer.
Yeah, totally.
It was super, super cool. But yeah, so besides that one, because I think that we can say is the trap for us. Like that's the most iconic
quintessential
one.
iconic trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. There are definitely some others that spring to mind that are just like so unbearable to watch.
Okay, which one?
I think maybe either the angel one or the box one.
Oh
with the
my
hands.
gosh. Okay, let's watch one of those.
So obviously, like for context,
Oh.
they're all Oh my god. They're all suffering from like this toxin that's been released into the house, and there's these antidotes. So she sticks her hand in to get the antidote and then pulls the syringe off.
And she
And-
doesn't realize when she puts it down, it's going to cut her wrists and just
Oh,
completely take her arm off.
That's so gross.
I feel like your wrists too are where you bleed the most, right?
Yeah, it's the spot where you can't fix it basically if you cut.
So that's the worst one because you know there's no coming back from that. Every one I watch, I'm like, oh, that's the worst one.
I can't handle this one. It's too disgusting.
Do you think this one is worse for you than the
Yeah.
bear trap?
Oh my god, I'm shuddering just thinking about it. God, it's so horrible.
I know it's so bad. This guy's a jerk. He's creepy.
Yeah, he's the worst.
He's creepy.
Ugh, God. Alright, that's enough of that.
I want to know who comes up with these. It's pretty genius to think about, like, all these pieces of, what is it, metal or glass or something in there
Yeah,
at an angle. So when you put it up, it's completely fine. But when
and
you
then when
come
you
back
can't, you can't bring it
down,
back out.
it's going to completely tear it off.
Oh gosh.
So it's kind of crazy to think who comes up with that. It's probably a team of people.
Yeah, it's probably a whole team of people. It reminds me maybe of like some kind of like Vietnam War, like booby trap
Yeah, tactic. Yeah,
thing.
totally. What was the budget for the first Saw movie? Do you know?
1.2 million.
That's not a big budget. $1 million is not a big budget to start off with. So to see what it's grown into is wild.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the first movie, the first trap, so that bear trap girl scenes from the first movie, but mainly that whole movie just takes place in that bathroom.
Yeah, there's not many actors. There's not many sets that they had to build.
No, not really. It's
So,
just it's pretty simple.
It's pretty DIY. And it's more organic, I feel like, sometimes when things are just simple. So the Venus flytrap, that's another iconic one. So it's kind of like the bear trap, but opposite.
Yeah, instead of
Pretty
your
much.
mouth being ripped open, it's
It's-
like an Iron Maiden like closing on your head.
So it's like the opposite of it. I don't know which one is worse.
I think having your mouth ripped open is probably worse than having something like close on your face.
Smush. I would have to agree. Do you have the video of this? Watch it. There's no horror movie that does it like Saw when it comes to the lighting and just the shots and the editing. The editing is so specific.
Yeah, it really is.
It has to take years to edit these. There's so many short clips that are just bam, bam, bam in it.
Yeah. I really love how by this point in the franchise, no one questions like where they are and what's going on. They just instantly know like, oh fuck, I
Yeah.
fucked up. I ended up here. This is bad.
Do you think you'd be able to do it? Would you be able to take that scalpel and
No.
cut your eye open?
I couldn't do
to
it.
stick your hand in and grab a key.
No way. Self-surgery? No.
No.
Giving up.
Defeat. I just banged my head on the floor
Just wait.
before. Just knock yourself out.
I mean, it's kind
See,
of
look at the
designed.
editing, the cutting, and the
Yeah.
it's so good. Oh man,
It's so real and raw, like the reactions.
I know it really is. Another one that really gets a lot of people is the needle one.
Yeah, the needle one
where
is
Amanda's he gets pushed in
yeah,
the needle
thrown
pit.
into the needle pit. That one is really horrible. I think for 90% of people, that's going to be the hardest one to watch because a lot of people do have a phobia of needles.
Do you have it?
I do, yeah. I have it. Let's watch
that
it.
one too. They did Amanda so dirty with that Karen haircut.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at it.
Compare it to the one we just watched.
Yeah.
With her when she's long hair.
Why did they do that?
Oh god, those needles are gross.
But it's like a thing that we've noticed. The hair gets progressively worse in movies. Like Gail
Yeah,
Weathers.
name any franchise and you can probably
gets
you can
better,
see
yeah.
that everyone's hair just gets worse and worse as it
Gail
goes on.
Weathers, Scream 1, Snatched, icon. 2, 3, 4, the hair starts just getting wacky. You're like, why are you doing this to her?
Oh God.
No. See, slowly stepping into it. Slowly stepping into a pile of needles is one thing, but getting thrown
Yeah,
into
being
it.
just tossed in there with no.
Why do you have to do that? That's so extra.
Come on!
Oh my god, and it's stuck all in her arms and on your knees. I feel like the knees would be the worst. That'd be it for me, the knees.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Why aren't they doing something that he's pushing her in? That pisses
I know
me
no
off.
one holds him accountable.
I know. Like, hello, help
Oh,
the girl.
I cannot watch this. It's too horrifying.
It's the needles going under. She's clawing. It's the needles going under the nail beds for me. Under the freaking nail beds. Can you imagine?
No.
She's a killer actor. So is this one worse for you than the last two we just watched?
I think so.
Like,
I think this
so
one
far?
takes the cake. Oh God, just the.
Out
how
of the
horrible.
3, this is the worst one you wouldn't want to do.
I
so
think
far?
so. I think so. Oh, and then she finds it. She finds the antidote with the key and whatever, and passes it up to them, and they still don't even get the door open.
Yeah,
so
because
it's
the
all for
dumb butt
nothing.
drops it, right?
Yeah. Another one that's really like sticks out in my mind is the angel trap one,
And
where
explain that one a little bit again for people who are just listening.
so it starts off with her having like some mechanism or something like hooked underneath her ribs, and then a key drops into a glass of acid, and she has to reach in to grab the key before it dissolves, and then pull it out and unhook herself from the trap.
Okay, let's watch it.
Believe you want
Again
to
with the
join
green, like the green filter, the green tint, it just like looks so
I
good.
love it. It's a signature thing
wearing.
that they do.
People definitely spend way too long like freaking out trying to like wriggle themselves free.
Because your mind just isn't there. Can you imagine just waking up in this situation? You think you're dreaming.
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't real. I'm hallucinating.
But this is like, 30 seconds of like trying to
I
get
know.
loose.
They
Waste
probably
of
don't
time.
realize the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, would you be able to dunk your hand in a thing of acid?
Oh, no.
I love how they edited, how they triple fast forward it. And it's
Like there you go.
spilling.
That's what it would do to your hand.
Oh, that's so fucked. So you have to be so quick with your hand in that acid, or
Yeah, it's
you have
the
no
worst it is.
chance. You have to seriously be 2 seconds.
Oh my God.
I don't think I would be able to do it.
Oh.
I love the music and the little. Oh.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Jesus.
That's really good practical effects.
Yeah, that's really. They definitely killed it. I think this is like the 5th movie, so they had a massive budget for that one, and
That
it's got
was
the best practical
good.
effects. What's your favorite out of all of those?
Favorite or the one I'm like most scared of?
Start with the one you're most scared of.
I think Bear Chop.
I think the one that I would want to do the least would be the pit of needles.
Pit of Needles. Yeah, that's most people's
Oh, it's so gross.
scariest one is the Pit of Needles because of, again, the fear of needles. They've done so many creative ones that they really
Yeah, they must be
are-
running out of ideas.
I know. I'm like, how do you keep the ideas going for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movies? Like, so that about wraps it up. I think we talked about all the traps that we
Yeah,
wanted
all our
to,
favorite
right?
traps.
We can sit here and talk for hours about all of them, but there's hundreds, so we kind of just narrowed it down to a few. So yeah, so thanks for listening. See you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.